Francois, thank you very much for your time this morning. Let's perhaps start about how big is the reality of royalty or loyalty cards in South Africa?
Morning, thank you. As you mentioned, about the average South African have about 9 loyalty programs. So what that really tells us is there is no loyalty in loyalty. We know that people are experiencing tight financial times, and we see in our research that people are smart. They understand where they get more points or more rewards, and they jump between different programs in order to optimize that. But we also realize that loyalty programs are fundamentally not designed with clients in mind, and we wanted to do it differently. So we designed our Live Better program to challenge the status quo in loyalty and to give clients more real value back.
What are the stats telling us about consumer behavior when we are using loyalty cards or engaging loyalty programs?
What we see in our data is a lot of our clients that transfer money between banks in order to use loyalty programs, or that jump between different SIM cards to use different mobile network providers' loyalty programs, or that move between different retailers in order to get smart shopper points versus discounts at ShopRite X and so on. So the stats is telling us that people need rewards. They need discounts. They need value for money. But what the stats also show us, as I said, is that there's no real commitment to one single program. So what we've done is we said, let's look at the banking that people are already doing based on our data. And we know that most people typically make payments on their phone every month. They have at least a credit product or a funeral plan or a savings product, and typically have about 3 to 5 debit orders every month. And what we're telling our clients now is if you do those things with Capitec, 1 product, 3 debit orders, and 5 transactions on your app, what we'll do is we'll give you 0.5% back on your monthly spending on your card, or if it's a credit card, we'll give you 1.5% back. And that's unlimited on any transaction. So it's not telling you have to go to this retailer, or you have to buy these healthy products, or you have to run so many miles to get a free smoothie. It's taking your banking and your transactions that you do already and saying, how can we reward you for doing it in the best possible way? And that's with digital banking with us.
And that's a very important point you bring up, Francois, because I was going to get into the questions that consumers should be asking before taking out loyalty cards or getting loyalty programs. So the assumption is that the rewards you get, you can use whenever, in whatever way you like. And that's not usually the case with many of these programs.
That's very true. I think we all are allured by these fantastic promises of 20% discount year and so many rands off on fuel. And the reality is some people get those discounts, but most people don't. And that's because the programs are designed in that way that most people, you have to opt in, you have to subscribe, you probably pay a monthly subscription fee, and then there's multiple requirements that you have to meet. And those multiple requirements make it complex. So we buy into the marketing spiel about what this loyalty program will offer, but really the broad base of people who subscribe to it don't get the value. The top point of the pyramid actually do. And that's the things that we try and demystify. I think the advice to consumers is there is a lot of value to be had in loyalty programs, but remember that they are designed to buy your loyalty. So what you must do is to look at it critically and say, how can I get the best value out of it, and what rewards me in a way that makes sense? And that means spending a bit of time and understanding the terms and conditions, understanding all of the requirements, and understanding every year what changes. It sometimes confuses people when today they qualify for a free access to an airport lounge and tomorrow that gets taken away, or today they think they've done enough to get a smoothie and tomorrow that criteria changes. And we don't think that's the way it should be. It should be simple, it should be transparent, and it should be linked to real value, to rands back into your pocket.
Let's talk about some simple consumer hacks here where you could actually turn your loyalty rewards into an actual income stream. I mean, this is very difficult for me to believe because with me, I try to save all my loyalty points until the end of the year because they just don't accumulate fast enough to use as an actual stream of revenue besides my other income. So what hacks are we talking about here, Francois?
I think there are no simple hacks. That's the reality. You have to understand the program that you participate in. And you have to understand what the criteria of that program is, and then make sure that that plays to your advantage. So everyone is already buying groceries every month. We have to, right? But if you understand what the grocery retailers offer between the different ones, and if you are someone that specifically buy into healthy food, then it might make sense to partner with a program where you get rewarded for buying healthy food. Most people already fill up fuel, so it would be good to understand what can you get back on fuel and to make sure that you do that in the best possible way. So it's about looking at your behavior and making sure that you try and do the things that you already do in a way that you get rewarded for it. When a loyalty program gets you to do things that you don't do already, that is not part of your normal behavior, then you have to question, but is this worth it? Is this not ending up costing me a lot more than I get out at the end of the month? And that's a difficult thing to demystify because they are designed to make you feel at the end of the year like all of these points I've accumulated gets to buy me something big for free. But if you go and work back what it cost you to accumulate those points, you have to say, is that really value? And again, I think that's why what we decided to do is to focus specifically on banking. And we know everyone already needs a bank account. They need to be able to make payments quite seamlessly and easy. They need quick and easy access to credit when they need it. They need to be able to save money and earn good interest on it. And we added this account called the Live Better account, Live Better savings account for free to that, and said, well, if you do this banking in the right way, we'll put money back into that Live Better savings account. And what's more is we're going to pay you more interest on it just for keeping your money there. So we're motivating a positive saving culture. And it's real value. It's real money. You can see it accumulate. You can withdraw it at any point in time, and you can use it on whatever you want. No terms and conditions on how you use that. And I think that's a good benchmark to look at. Now, we're not offering rewards for loyalty and for food and for a number of other things. But what we are doing is partnering with big companies that can help you in that way. So we also have a partnership with Shell. And with Shell, we will give you 20 cents back per liter on your fuel. Now, that sounds like a little, but it all adds up, right? And with inflation and petrol prices just went up, we need to be smart. If you take that 20 cents per liter on fuel and you pay for it with a credit card and you get 1.5% back, then that adds up to 50 cents per liter roughly, which now suddenly becomes quite substantial. Or if you go to Dis-Chem, we've partnered with Dis-Chem, and there you will get 2% back on your shopping. But again, if you live better with Capitec, you do the Live Better banking, and you swipe a debit card, you will get another 0.5% on top of that 2%. Or if you swipe a credit card, that's another 1.5% on top of it. So suddenly, that becomes 3.5%. And then Dis-Chem has got their own loyalty program. So you add those points to it, you can go up to 5% that you get back on things that you buy from Dis-Chem in any case every month. And that's the detail that you need to understand. But I think the simple question always is do I understand it? And am I getting back more value than I pay for it? And in Capitec terms, in banking terms, what this means is that you can not only bank for free every month. In fact, you can get paid for banking with us. Because by just swiping with your card instead of using cash, and banking on your phone instead of doing it through a branch,
right.
You can get back this cash or this money directly into your Live Better savings account, and it will quickly add up to be much more than the fees you pay in banking. No, and that's value.
Francois, thank you very much for your time this morning. Very interesting insights. Struggling consumers there relying on those loyalty programs. But you must remember to ask the right questions because not all programs will give you exactly what it is you're looking for. So you have to know exactly what it is you'll be getting when you get into those programs. Francois Viviers, the Marketing and Communication Executive at Capitec, joining us this morning.